Hi guys, welcome back to Marantz Rantz. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. This is my first official GameStop video of the new year. This is my plan for GameStop for 2022, what they've done in the past, this past year, and what they're going to do moving forward. So I'm going to make a slideshow for you guys. I'm going to go through it, and we'll go over why I'm invested in GameStop and why I think everyone else should be, and what the plan is. So enjoy. First up is going to be our GameStop game plan, and that's by me, myself. And yeah, a lot of people input on this, guys. I get a lot of information from other people, the other contributors to the show, the moderators, you know who you are. And then, of course, websites, information. This is all factual. This is nothing made up here, right? So here you guys go. GameStop's focus is the customer experience. So the share price and the stockholder approval isn't their focus, right? So if they're focused on the potential investor, right? That's the main thing. But the customer experience is what we actually focus on. So if your experience with GameStop is a great one, a happy one, a fulfillment of one, then you'll know that you'll come back and you'll spend more money. And we know that this whole year has been that the transition of the leadership and the culture of GameStop. Ryan Cohen has this culture along with Alan Adel and Larry Chang, that board of directors. When they put Matthew Furlong and the whole crew in place to go ahead and make this transition from just brick and mortar, a true pivot, is the outlook for the next couple of years. It might take you 3 to 4 years to really get this train going, but once it does, there's no stopping it. And that's all about creating the best experience possible for the customer. And that's what they're doing. And how are they doing that? They're informing the customer of deals and products. Guys, the deals and products they're informing, that's the deal of the day. That is the Cyber Week instead of Cyber Monday. They are trying to beat out last year's total. Annually. I mean, they're just going to keep attacking this aggressively because this e-commerce front is 24/7. They're not worried about keeping their doors open from 11 to 11, right? They're not worried about how many employees they have in shop and who can keep that churning, that till churning. No, that online forever e-commerce deal makes sense to me. And anyone else out there that's doing business knows that you're going to get the new customer. You're going to get that one who just wants to stay home and get it delivered. And that's a lot of people right now at this day and age, whether it be the COVID concerns and or just sheer population. I mean, there's 8 billion people on this planet. And how many people do you know have cell phones and can order? And there's a lot. The ease of use. So the website and the app improvements along with the single page checkout, that's what they're doing. That's what's helping you out. Navigate that website, navigate.com, and it's improving. It's improving daily, hourly, weekly. I see improvements all the time, whether they're using free advertising, they're not paying for it. And Twitter, all the social apps that they use, I'm a very big fan of it. And I also tweet it out every chance I get, even through Facebook, like and subscribe, do all of that. Premium products from premium vendors. Apple, Microsoft, Razer, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, Pokemon, Oculus, Funko, Hasbro, and Turtle Beach. Just to name a few, no, a lot. But the truth is, the more companies that they start selling, right? They're selling Vizio TVs now. There's security systems online. There's collectibles. There's toys. These are other categories that they're tackling aggressively. It's not just gaming. So originally, Amazon started with about $1 million and just did books. And then Amazon transitioned into selling everything. And I'm not telling you GameStop's going to sell everything, but I'm telling you there's a big enough market cap there and growth that they can attack it aggressively, the things that they do. And what do well? Well, pretty much everything at the moment. But zero true competition in e-commerce. This gaming category has no one out there. We have storefronts, we have the facilities, we have the footprint, and we also have the game plan. Because we have leaders from Chewy.com that started at relatively zero, we know we're headed in the right direction. And what's going on here? We are hiring industry experts. So we might not be the best, right? So our board of directors might only know e-commerce, and they might only know the fulfillment centers and the in-source logistics, all the other things that actually help when you're running a company, and the CAC, right? The customer acquisition costs. Those are the things that they're good at. But what are they not good at? They're hiring the experts in the whole world to do it. And if you're leaving Fortune 500 companies and you're in that upper echelon brass, and you're coming out to GameStop, that just tells you how valuable this company can be. So NFT and blockchain, we have Kurt Bierbauer, I believe that's his name, yes. So guys, he's an expert, and we hired the best in the business. That's what we're doing. We have a refurbished program that we went ahead and took the Apple Care Senior Director, Stanley Randy Till. Guys, Ryan Cohen is our chairman, executive board of directors, right? He's the big guy. He's the main man for us. And we know that. We follow him blindly, or not so blindly. I do a lot of homework on it. You know, he's the largest shareholder in Apple, individual shareholder in Apple in the world right now. That gentleman, Ryan Cohen, is smart. Okay, he knows who to invest with, he knows who to partner up with, and then he knows how to get the talent. So he's taking talent, they're poaching talent, and how are they doing it? They have home offices in Seattle, Boston, and even in Florida. But this is why they have it, because when you can go to Seattle and you can poach the top talent from all e-commerce, whether it's Zulily or Microsoft, Amazon, Chewy, Costco, everyone's in Washington somehow, some way, if you're related in e-commerce. It's a hub. It's a technology hub, and that's what they're doing. So the Chewy's Vice President of Engineering, Mark Bixby, that was a hire that we did earlier this year. He developed their app and their website and all of the stuff that you see right now happening. He was the original creator of that for Chewy.com, and now he's on over at GameStop. So you should be really excited that we're hiring these individuals, these experts, as we call them, as I call them. And what else are they doing? They're recruiting talent on the NFT platform. So they did announce that they do have an NFT marketplace coming. They're doing the minting process. That means they want to have product to sell. And to get that inventory, they're having you apply online because they're recruiting. They've already hired 250 to 300 top tier talent, and this is on all levels. And I say top executives, but I would just tell you top talent and all those sectors that we're not good at. But now we are. How the hell do you get 250 of the top guys in the U.S.? And that's what they have. The 500 employees at a call center. I've already told you, hiring employees is not easy. It's not cheap. It costs money. And it costs money to buy this whiskey, and it takes work. And that's what we're doing, guys. And just to quote one of the Amazon execs, it says, "Don't tell me we lost another one." And that is absolutely true. Chewy.com CEO went ahead and looked around his office and says, "Man, I already lost 80 people this year." There are people dropping like flies out here. And no, they're not trying to get unemployment. They're coming on over to GameStop because there's plenty of employment here, guys. And it's more to come. We've only been doing this for about 6 months. You might have been holding the stock for longer than that. But guess what? You're early, and be happy about it, because I'm happy. The real estate of it all. We opened up the call center in Florida. We have that. The fulfillment centers, over 1.2 million square footage. You have to remember, guys, the most important thing about e-commerce, fulfillment centers, and any storefront property is the fact that if we are getting square footage, it is not retail square footage. We're not paying mall prices. We are getting it out in the country. We're getting it out in Reno and York, Pennsylvania. I couldn't tell you what's in York, Pennsylvania. I know it's in Reno, but I assure you we got great pricing on these big buildings. One's 700,000 square feet. The other one is 500,000 square feet. That's the size of 5 Costco's, guys. It is absolutely massive, these fulfillment centers, and we have an increase on inventory by doing that. Just one fulfillment center increased our inventory $300 million worth. Massive amount. And why do we do that? We want to be ready for the holiday season, which we were. We were prepared. We have no chain supply issues. There's no bottlenecking of the supply chain, and we in-house our logistics. So that means that we have our own trucks. We have our own contracts going on. We're not third-partying it. It's not a third-party source. And the 4,800 storefronts, how does that benefit us? As being brick and mortar, yes, we do have those storefronts, but you know who wants storefronts? PetSmart wants storefronts to go along with their e-commerce. That's why they bought out Chewy. They have online now, and they have their storefronts. You saw Amazon try to do the same thing by buying out Whole Foods. It's not working out for some people, but it's working out for us great because we have them. And now we're ready to take the tech hubs, whether it be Seattle and Boston, and we're using those as well. Guys, we have a Bermuda Triangle on this country. From Seattle, Boston to Texas, we are that black hole, and it's a great thing for us. So if you want to invest in this company, I'm giving you all the reasons why. Now, here you go. Partnerships. We have a Loopring partnership that has not been announced. I know Daniel Wong, the CEO of Loopring, said, you know what? I have a big announcement to make, and then he didn't make one. It's okay. GameStop went ahead and put out the website out there to tell you that they're recruiting people for the NFT platform. We know what's happening. If you don't, well, then guess what? If it falls through, it falls through. But I'm telling you right now, that Loopring deal on the NFT platform, on the Web 3.0 and Ethereum Layer 2. What does it do? It helps us. It helps us navigate beyond just NFTs. We also have the ability to do any type of crypto networking that we might want to do. That's why we had that first originally hire. But Microsoft has a multi-year strategic partnership with us. We're partnered with Microsoft, guys. We have the big guys on our back. And I don't mind partnering up with a company worth about $2 trillion right now, but that's what we have. So when you go into the store and you see those associates using those tablets, we're all sponsored. It's like having a traveling basketball team that's sponsored by Nike, but they have the bags by Nike, the shoes by Nike, the towels by Nike. It just looks better and it's more professional. And that's what we are. And that's Microsoft and that's Loopring. It's a great partnership to have. Acquisitions could come because we've got the money. And here it is. Financials, guys. 1.4 billion cash on hand. No, we're not using it for anything to give away. We literally are using it to acquire talent and the customer acquisition itself. $500 million on the ABL, the revolving credit line. Guys, that helps us do a lot of things. As in, we take low interest loans. We are our own bank and we do it well. That's why that cash burn's not going to happen now that we have that revolving credit. The Power Up Reward members, we have over 55 million plus. I'm one. I hope you are too. It's $15 a month, 15 or 20, depending on which one you do. But I promise you guys, $800 million to start the year every year. You can just pencil that in. You can just pencil it in, guys. We are good for $800 million. Before we ever open our doors, that's what we are in the black. We have zero long-term debt. All senior notes are paid in full. We paid off $450 million in debt from last year to this year. Guys, we pay our bills. We're responsible adults. We know what company we're running. We know what Wall Street wants to see. But before we ever get to Wall Street, we care about Main Street. And Main Street is you and I. That's why that customer experience means so much to me. $80 billion is the market cap evaluation given to GameStop within the next 2 years. That's just by one professional group. I've seen some other guys who put our stock price around $300, $400. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's priceless to me. And I'm not selling anytime soon. I love the direction of the company. It's a forever stock for me. It really is. And the whole manipulation talk, I'm not even talking that right here. This is a real deck just for you to look at what's happening with GameStop moving forward. There's about $46.2 million worth of debt. That's due to French government and the COVID-19 response. Not really a big deal. $46 million, I can flick at it and we'll be okay because we know that we are already up $850 million in sales. So here's my final thoughts. Guys, why do I do these videos? Just to remind the whole world that we should all be in one thing. Well, at least I am, right? I'm in GameStop. Yes, I talk about Bud. Yes, and I'm talking about Budweiser. They're climbing back up. Go look at the charts. I talk about Costco. I talk about T-Roll Price, Ford. There's other things that I buy that I enjoy, but nothing like GameStop. It's nothing even close, guys. I'm telling you right now, I love it. So what's the metaverse? Hell, the metaverse they want you to believe is more like Matrix and Ready Player One. I'm going to tell you it's more like Sims and Fortnite. It's not ready yet. It's more like Netscape Internet versus what we see today. And we know Netscape came out in like 94, 92, whatever it may be. They eventually turned into what you see today. But I'm telling you guys, what you think is the metaverse, it might look choppy. It might look like it's nothing big, but it will turn and it will churn. There have been concerts on Fortnite that was in real time. I still remember they did the Rocket release. They did the Marshmello concert. They've done Travis Scott concert. Those things have happened online. Ariana Grande did an online concert. Snoop Dogg has a house in the metaverse. These things will eventually come to fruition, and you and I, we don't understand it all yet. But I think GameStop has a footprint there, and that's why they're doing their piece. Obviously, the world's transitioning, so I'm happy with that. The board of directors started small, guys. Chewy started out with around $10 million worth of funding from Volution Capital. Amazon, like I told you, started out with $1 million. Some other companies started out with about $10,000. But here's the best part about it. They've all churned. It all took years. It was just a small moving snowball, kind of like my YouTube channel. You know, I started out with one subscriber. We're at 1,800 and we'll keep going. But I promise you this, guys. These Chewy guys, they know what they're doing. Alan Adel and Ryan Cohen, and of course, my boy, Larry Chang. I just can't get off of this. I can't get off of this investment. I can't get off the idea that we are headed in a positive narrative position. But the daily stock price versus how you feel is the issue I have with the masses. Guys, that daily stock price might go up or down, but it's not going to change the way I feel about the stock. And if it does for you, well, then you haven't invested with the right form of your heart. You're trying to get rich, or you're listening to YouTubers, or you're reading bylines on any article that you see out there, Market Watcher, Full. You know, I don't read Motley Fool, but I'll tell you what, guys. If you have anything good to say about GameStop, you can come join me on this side of the table. If you don't, it's okay. Watch this video again, but I promise you, the financials are real. The acquisitions are real. just overall talent is here, and they're all here for one reason, and it's GameStop. So guys, if you listen to the crowd, you'll soon be with them. And I'm telling that to our CEO and our board of directors. Please, I don't need you to go ahead and take ideas from Twitter or from me or anyone else. Keep doing what you do. You're a lot better at it than I am. But I promise you guys this, it's GameStop. It can't stop, it won't stop, it's GameStop. And I'm going to see you around, millionaires. Thank you for your time.